episode number 6, fellas. We getting some good footage out there. I got us on a scheduled release for all the podcasts we're doing. So I know we're doing it every Thursday around 6:37 p.m. So this episode, I have them being released to kind of space them out. A Thursday episode is getting on the schedule release the 5th, Monday and Friday. So we already done 5. I have 4 on schedule for the 5th, the 9th, the 12th, and the 16th. And this one will be probably like the 19th or 21st. So just trying to space it out a little bit. Got everything on the schedule. But forget the technical stuff. Congratulations, nephew! Look at him, man. He's so happy. You knew I couldn't wait to get to it, right? He is terrible.
I'm going to be gracious, because I always know nobody leaves their job. But at the same time, it is overdue, and I'm so glad Mr. Archie came to his senses. I wish the man well. I know he'll find another job.
Absolutely.
So thank you, Steve.
Oh boy.
Be gracious. I was gonna play music. I was gonna act a fool. I said, you know what, that ain't. Let me be more dignified.
No, go ahead. We need your footage. Well, I'll tell you what, nephew.
Yeah.
But Ed, you get ready to say something?
No, I was just gonna ask Percy, who does he want?
So yeah, I've been thinking about it. You know, they got 7 people already lined up, and they already interviewed I think Vance Joseph already. So I appreciate a lot of the names they have in the list, and I'll run it down. I took a screenshot of it.
Mm-hmm.
So they have in the list as far as schedule so far. They already interviewed Vance Joseph from the Broncos. They got Brian Flores from the Vikings, which I don't understand that one, but whatever. I'll let it ride. Clint Kubiak was one of my favorites, the offensive coordinator for the Seahawks. Mike Nagy, and Robert Saleh. I don't see Saleh as a head coach. I still don't.
He's a coordinator.
Anthony Weaver, who was here already, I get the relationship and the sentiment, but no. Offense defensive coordinator, did you see the Dolphins defense? No. And then this new guy who is the pass game coordinator, I don't even know what that means, Davis Webb. So my leanings were Kubiak and Minter. Minter is the defensive coordinator for the Chargers. And he turned that defense around this year. So those are 2 guys that I was favoring. Again, not knowing their leadership style, their personality necessary. I hear Kubiak, and you know I'm going to have a flashback. That's a family tree thing, you know what I mean? So, Shanahan coaching tree. So, you know, those are my 2 preferences right now. But I'm trying to keep an open mind. I appreciate they're doing their due diligence.
Okay. I agree with everything you said except for one thing.
What's that?
Flores would be a good hire.
Who?
Brian Flores.
Yeah, my issue with him is more of all the fact that he got this lawsuit against the league, which is still hovering over his head.
He's got some off the field stuff. Yeah.
There's a lot of talk about him not getting along with, I don't know if it's front office, players, or a combination of all of that.
Yes, yes, and yes.
Yeah, not
yes,
so much his coaching ability, but it's kind of, the thought is he's a jerk. I don't know for sure, but a lot of people kind of imply that he's a jerk. You know?
He was in Pittsburgh helping us out on the defensive side of the ball 2 years ago. He was a great addition. Tomlin, you know, him, if it came down to him and Tomlin, obviously Tomlin's the boss, you know, on the field. But he did, you know how we always use that term, mad scientist? He's one on the defensive side of the ball. But Flores is cut from kind of the... Hey, don't laugh at him. He's not funny. That's why I'm going to block your screen. That's why I'm going to block your screen. As I was saying, y'all, Flores is cut from the same tree as like a John Gruden is. He's a grinder. He grinds people down. He's like a Tom Coughlin like. Harbaugh here 18 years, he's not going to be nowhere for more than 10. Maybe 5. That's why he keeps moving. He grinds you down.
Like that too. Jim Harbaugh is like that too. But Mel, let me just say this real quick in response to what Percy is saying. Now, okay, we're all black men, all right? I've been, Mel, as you know, I've been a supervisor in a lot of different places. I've had to tell people what to do a huge part of my life. Now, especially I'm talking about in the world of secular employment. If everything I was doing and everything I accomplished was exactly the same, and if I was white, everything else is the same, but I'm white, they would make me a CEO or something. But they would, you know what they would say? They would say, oh, he's a go-getter. Oh, we like him. You know. But being black, with everything else the same, me saying the same thing and doing the same thing, but being black, they say, he's got an attitude problem. I don't know, he's just not what we're looking for.
Now, you do know who you talking to, right?
So, you're right.
Yeah.
So you definitely understand what I'm saying.
Right.
I'm just saying this to people who say things about Brian Flores for not wanting to kiss Tua's behind. Brian Flores is not going to be on the sideline wearing khaki pants like Mike McDaniel and kissing Tua on the side of the helmet after Tua get knocked out for the 15th time.
Speaking of Mike McDaniel, they just fired him.
Yeah. Brian Flores is not going to let them listen to music at practice. What is this? A discotheque? What exactly are you doing?
He ain't reading very well, man. I don't know. Sean, you got that weird microphone situation.
Back row noise, Sean.
That better?
Hey, man, what is it? Your faulty equipment, Rascal? What you got going on over there?
Is that better?
Well, we can hear you. Hearing you wasn't the issue. It sounds like you're driving on the highway with the window down.
Oh, okay. No, I got a heater on. I got a heater on.
Hey, what's the temperature up there?
It was 50 today.
He probably in his basement, though.
I'm in the basement.
Oh, okay.
What about now?
That's perfect. That's perfect. 50? It was 50 degrees? Oh, man, that's nice.
Yeah, it was 50 today. All this weekend. So I think, you know what, Percy? The result, if they were to bring Flores in here, and the special teams, the defense, being organized, you know he's from the Belichick tree. I think you would be happy with the result.
So my question with that, again, however people feel about his attitude aside, is he built to be a head coach? Some people are specialists in that.
There you go. There you go.
But when you go into that head coach realm, that's a whole different ball game. Again, I'm not saying he is or he isn't. It's just
No, nephew, you're right. Because when he was in Pittsburgh, he didn't have a specific designation.
Right.
One of the media members asked him, well, what would he be doing? A defensive specialist court? I'm like, no. Can you get more specific? And he said, no, he's a specialist. He is exactly that.
Tom did him a favor. So, again, I'm keeping an open mind, bro. I hope they interview him and it goes well. But he's not at the top of my list. Like I said, Rashad, you probably missed it. I'm looking.
He's not a longevity coach either, Ed. Y'all get Flores, he could be gone in 5 years. And that's not how.
But Emil, you just described the window for trying to win a Super Bowl with Lamar. You just described it. About 5 years. You see? So you
Really?
Emil, wait a minute.
Now, he's just finished what number year in his career? 8?
Eight.
He could play another 7 or 8, right? Okay, go ahead.
Think about it for a second. Do you
All
really
right.
want to bring a rookie head coach into this? Think about that for a second.
So wait. So I mean, by that statement, you're saying you prefer someone who's already been a head coach?
Yeah, I do.
Well, that's
Okay.
that narrows the list down tremendously. If you want to go that route.
I wanted Flores. I've been wanting Flores for a while, really, since this all went down.
I will tell you this about.
Man, I just don't see the head coach's name.
I will tell you this about Flores. He's not gonna take no crap off of none of the Raiders.
Yeah, and I'm good with that.
He that lack of discipline and y'all being in the bottom third in penalties, and he gonna button it up. He gonna button y'all up.
I'm good with that.
This is a game of. It's not a game of talent, because even the Raiders and the Titans have talent. It's a game of discipline.
And
He gonna button you up.
That's with Minnesota as this before the last 2 years, right?
This past season.
And prior
And
to Pittsburgh.
let me
So
say
he-
one more thing.
He transformed that defense relatively quickly.
Yeah. Now,
One season.
Let me get one more thing in here before Shaw jumps on. And this might not have anything to do with anything. But I
Go ahead.
kind of like it when a head coach, okay, take a good look at Brian Flores. You've seen the way he's built. Take a good look. Now I'm not saying him and Lamar would ever get into an altercation. But if they did, I'm putting my money on Brian Flores.
He not gonna slap Lamar and.
Lamar, I don't know why y'all keep painting like
no,
Lamar's that
It
guy,
would
man.
never
He don't
happen.
fight
It would
nobody.
never happen. But
Yeah,
the
he's
fact
not that
that
kind of dude.
But the fact that Lamar would look at him and say, "Man, he big as I don't know what." The fact that the situation is what it is, I like that. He not taking, like you said, man. He not taking any. He not gonna kiss Lamar's behind.
Nope.
No, and
Nope.
you don't want any coach doing that. None of them should do that.
Nope.
What do y'all think about the talk about what is it, McDaniel?
Wait a minute. Let me comment on Flores, Percy. Let me comment on Flores. So
Yeah, go ahead, Shep.
at first I was against them pursuing him, but I went and looked at his resume, man. You know, his resume is impressive. I did a little research before I got on. You know, he was in Miami for 3 seasons, and 2 of them were winning seasons. I didn't realize that at the time.
With that roster.
Right, and he gave the Ravens the blues one of those years. I believe it's last year or second to last year. And when he was in New England, I know he had Tom Brady, but he was there he was the D coordinator for 3 of their rings, and then he left. And he was the D coordinator that ring Brady got when the Patriots only scored 10 and they needed to hold the other team to 3. Flores was the coordinator when the Rams McVay and them to 3, I believe, in the Super Bowl. And it's not like he had some all-world D. I mean, they had some good players. It was like Wilfork, Vince Wilfork. He's good, but he didn't have a bunch of Hall of Famers on that D. Then he left there. He was the Dolphins coach, two winning seasons out of 3. Then got fired. Then filed that grievance, went to Pittsburgh, and when he was with y'all for those 2 years, I believe y'all finished like 10th.
We only had 1.
Y'all finished 1. Yeah, y'all finished 10th in the league. Then he went to then he went to Minnesota, and they were 10th and 7th. So wherever that dude go, head coach or D coordinator, they're successful.
And I'm gonna tell you this. Go ahead, Sean. I didn't cut you off.
Well, I was gonna say I do agree with Ed. He seems like a bit of a, you know what? But I don't mind that because that was my one. So y'all know I was a Harbaugh defender. That's well documented. Me and Percy go back and forth.
Yeah, you was.
And I still am. But my one knock. Here was my one knock on him. And this was only the past like 5-6 years. He got soft. Harbaugh was not. He was like Flores. Ed Reed can say what he want. Ed Reed hate Harbaugh. I'm telling you.
No, it's documented. He did a video. You can check on YouTube. He did hate him.
Okay, because him, Bernard Pollard, Anquan Harbaugh was a mean customer, and I loved it. I wouldn't want back. I used to say it all the time back then, because people used to criticize me. And I'd be like, I wouldn't want to have a beer with Harbaugh. I wouldn't want to be his friend. I wouldn't want him to be my coach, but I want him to be the coach of my team, the team I'm rooting for. I don't want to play for him, because I probably wind up, So, but he got that changed, man. He went from a coach to, in my opinion, a coach in any sport, in anything. It could be your tutor for math. He's your coach. Father figure, big brother type, tough on you when you need it. Not a grandfatherly type. That, grandfather way different than a dad. Grandfather could come in, y'all want some candy, y'all want to stay up, everything happy enough. Father come and go to bed. You need to wake up for school tomorrow. That was Harbaugh. Right. And it's like, that's me and Percy. So it's a difference between an uncle, father. So I went on vacation with Percy, and I'm giving this kid s'mores, hey, y'all want to come to the campfire? Percy like, go to bed. I'm like, Percy, let him stay up. No, go to bed. I said, Percy, can he have what? No s'mores. He said this is that Percy's exact words. You gonna put him to bed? I was like, all right, I'm out. That's it. But Harbaugh turned into the nice uncle, grandfather. That Lamar, them young players, they don't need that. Man. Lamar Jackson, and don't get me started with that. He does not need that. He does.
We
not
know, Sean. Don't get him on that soapbox. Don't do it. It is.
Yeah.
It is.
And Bashadi was paid. Did y'all talk about him getting fired yet?
Yeah. Harbaugh.
Yeah. But
Go ahead, Sean.
really, I thought I was gonna see confetti and balloons in the background.
No, see,
That's what I thought too.
I try to get him at some dignity because he, to your point, he's done a great deal for the team. He didn't do enough, but he
Right.
did a great deal. But you continue on.
Right, so I was shocked it happened this fast. I thought from Bashadi's track record with Billick, you missed like a couple missed the playoffs a couple times. One time, and I know he missed before, that was years ago. But this is my opinion on that. I don't think Bashadi decided to fire him when homeboy missed that field goal. I think they had a meeting, and I ain't read this nowhere, but I think they had a meeting Monday or something, probably Monday, I'm guessing. And whatever happened in that meeting is the reason he's fired. Because one thing I do know, it seems I know about Harbaugh, he a stubborn dude. And when he get his mind set on something, so I don't think Mr. Bashadi liked what he heard in whatever meeting they had or whatever. Because you had a game, you don't hear nothing about him being in danger, nothing. And then Monday, the game was Sunday night. Monday, and then Tuesday afternoon, evening, I'm like, man, Bashadi is usually a little more measured, and so I think I don't think he woke up Monday morning thinking he was going to fire Harbaugh. That's just my opinion.
I think in his mind, for the past, getting to the playoffs is not enough. As you know what our standard is. So the past 2 playoff runs, we saw how that played out. It's one thing for a team to just flat out beat you. It's another thing for you to wet the bed, throw up all over yourself, which essentially is what they've done 2 years in a row. So you got that. Then you got how the season started this season, right? Then you got the rumblings of him and Lamar. Then you got him looking at the mistakes with the defensive coordinator and stupidity there. The mistakes of the offensive coordinator and Harbaugh not stepping in. So I think, I don't want to say maybe a month or so ago, in his mind, he's like, you know what? Let me start looking a little more closely at this dude. Because this ain't going the way I want it to go. So I'm going to give you an 80% chance. When we get to this meeting on Monday, I'm going to see what you say about what your plan is moving forward. And the rumor is this dude said he want to keep both coordinators.
Yeah.
And then he I think Bashadi said that's enough. All right,
the Zach Gore thing, that's the thing that ticked me up. And look, Zach Gore was the man when he played. He seemed like a good dude. Like if you hung out with him, he just seemed like a good guy. But I'm just going off the numbers, man. 2 years, both the years, you finishing in the 20s, I believe. They finished in the 20s both years. I mean, if I do that, the equivalent at my job, I'm gone. 2 years in a row, 2 whole years in a row. Whatever the equivalent of that failure is at my job, like, no, man, you're gone. I'm sorry, you're gone. Most people will be gone.
That prior to war was Mike McDonald. So it wasn't like Mike McDonald had world beaters on his team. He figured it out. So he had a comparison.
Yeah, Mike McDonald they played poorly one half of one season. After that, they were killing. They killed the second half of that season, and that next season, they finished like first in everything. They were like first in takeaways, first and second, and he had roughly the same players as Orr when Orr took over the very next year. So, and then he went to Seattle, and they had a great D. So it's like, all right, well, he knows what he's doing. You know, just the numbers. He knows what he's doing, man. So yeah, Orr's gone, I'm sure. Monkey.
Y'all won the battle, but we win in the war. We're about to get serious again. But we appreciate you for Sunday. You did
y'all got Harbaugh fired.
I was wondering if the shoe was on the other foot, if Tomlin would have been in the same situation.
Hey, I'm going to be honest with you, a couple things. If the Ravens would have won Sunday and got bumped in the first round, I think Harbaugh still gets fired, by the way. I don't think making the playoffs and winning one and done is much difference. It's one game, even though it is still a postseason entry. I think the ending is the same. That's just my opinion, number one. Number two, I heard word on the street, y'all let me know, but me being down here, I run across a lot of Baltimore media here in Florida, that the kicker wasn't him wanting, the trigger was he didn't want to reprimand or let Todd Monken go. And Bisciotti was like, no. We need new coordinators. And me personally, y'all offense is not the issue. Y'all score points. Y'all score. Monken is a good OC. Or on the other hand, ooh, like you said, Sean.
You know one thing, Neil? The Patriots game could have been a turning point. There's no logical explanation for a healthy Derrick Henry. So if I'm Bisciotti and I own this team, and I'm watching Derrick Henry on the sidelines for no women, he's hurt, right? No, he's not hurt. We're just the rotation. What?
I got you.
We're going to talk about this after the season.
Look, I felt that way, and I'm sitting here while I'm watching it on television. I'm like, I just thought he was in the game.
Historically, that's been Harbaugh's thing. He holds on to these guys that are underachieving too long. And enough is enough, bro. I understand loyalty. I understand sentiment. They're your friends and all that. But, bro, if they not doing the job, you got to replace them.
You hit it on the head. Too much sentiment. Too much sentiment.
What happened in 2012? We won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you're right.
Too much sentiment.
And that wasn't him. Somebody came down and told him to make that change.
I heard that he did not want to fire Cameron. And Ozzie said, okay, then I'll do it. I heard that's the way it went down. He was not.
Wow. Y'all went back to Cameron.
You can say what you want. Cameron actually was a good coordinator. But if Ozzie would have gave in and kept Cameron, we would not have won the Super Bowl that year.
I'm convinced Harbaugh he'll be convinced something should happen, but the fact that you suggested he won't do it. He seems like that type of guy. He is a very headstrong, because I've seen him get up there and say things that are blatantly lies to the media and to the fans. You know, do you think, like, there was a season where he kept going for two at the end of the game, where the game would be, we would be down by 1, right? And you could kick the extra point and send it into overtime. It happened like 3 times in the season. And he went for it to win the game right then and there. He did it like 3 times, and the Ravens lost like all 3. And he got up there, it was 2 or 3. He got up there, we're going to keep doing it. Don't worry, we're going to keep. And I'm like, it's not working. You're just being stubborn and headstrong. And then you know what's funny? The next year, he wasn't doing it. He just did not want to admit that somebody suggested something and he was going to fall. He is a headstrong dude. So I'm telling you, man, what that meeting they had, Bisciotti said something and he barked back, and he's like, all right, well, bark on your way out, because
you got
that's enough of that.
Was contentious because he didn't even get a chance to say bye to the players.
Right.
That's what I wanted to parlay into, nephew. I wonder, because I listened to Locked On Ravens. I was on the Florida Turnpike this morning, headed to Polk County. I listened to Locked On Ravens, and the guy, I forgot the name of the host, but he talked about usually when a head coach, 18 years, you've affected a lot of lives. And nobody was on Twitter talking about good luck to your next journey, how he touched their lives. Present and former players' Twitter accounts were barren. Nobody said anything about this departure. 18 years and you can't get a positive tweet from none of your previous or current employees? That was very telling.
They said, Lamar, you think Harbaugh job in danger? How you feel about Harbaugh, coaching position? He said, I can't think about that right now. I'm in shock. I'm like, all right, man.
Right, that was good. When I read that, I was. But you know what? I just want to tell. I think we kind of take for granted this longevity between these two. Now, Tom, the 19 years, right, and Harbaugh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I just read something that I guess we all know is true, but I still find it hard to believe.
What's that?
17 teams in the NFL, that's over half the league, have changed coaches just within the last 2 years. Half the league is unstable.
I need stability. I can't go through coaches every 3 years. I need stability. I need it in my sports life. I need it in my personal life. I need it financially. I need to know what's coming so I can manage. I can't do this like Cleveland. And I mean, I need stability at quarterback too. I can't. I know we on our 5th quarterback in 5 years, but we do what we gotta do.
Next year.
6, right. We had 2 last year, and I know we do what we gotta do. And we don't have our guy yet, but preferably I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? I want to know who's going to be in training camp next year. We don't know that, but the coaching thing, every 3 years fired. They just let Raheem Morris go, and I think in Atlanta. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I don't think they should have did that. Raheem Morris is not a bad coach.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't understand that move. I don't. Man, and at the end of the season, they were actually overachieving at the end of the season. So
I don't know about that. Yeah. So.
Did you have they hopped on floors for a good while. Did you have any other coaches you had in mind that you would like to?
Yeah, I like Mentor. So.
Mentor,
I figured, Mentor. He was here. He was with the Ravens, and then he was an assistant back when Lamar was young. He was like he was some kind of defensive assistant. Yeah, so he knows the organization. And then he was at Michigan under your boy. That's in Seattle now. He was under him. He was under Mike McDaniel at Michigan, I believe. So if he's cut from that cloth, I'm like, hey. If you can do anything,
to the Chargers defense was soft. He turned them around quickly.
Right. I'm like, hey man, if you can do anything close to what McDonald, what's his name, McDonald, what McDonald is doing over there, I'm all for. And then the other boy, I'm for the OC for Seattle. Yeah, and I don't know much about him.
We said the same thing. That's hilarious.
I don't know much about him, but I do know if you can make Sam Darnold look like that. Then Lamar would throw for 8,000 yards.
Wait, is he Gary's son?
Well,
is he Gary Kubiak's son?
Yeah,
I think he is. Yeah.
And he's under that Shanahan tree, so that was my whole
Sean,
thing.
what you just said, we're not talking about coordinators, we talking about head coach. Now, I'm
Right.
not sure if you want a rookie head coach. We got Marlon, we've got Roquan, we got Mark Andrews, we got all these veterans. I want somebody. We got Lamar, who needs a kick in his pants. Look, Lamar's probably feeling himself right now. I got the power in this organization now. We need somebody to remind him that he is an employee. That's a word that these athletes don't like anymore. It's a fact.
Yeah,
it's a 100% fact. You are an employee. Look, I hear these clowns on TV talking about, well, they might have to consult Lamar. Consult Lamar? Have you lost your mind?
Lamar's cutting the checks. Hey, you didn't know? Lamar cutting checks out here, boy. What you talking about?
Do me a favor. You get us to the Super Bowl, all right?
Right.
About nothing. I will tell you who we're hiring. And if you don't like it, okay. All right.
I got you.
I see your point there. If it is a rookie coach, he would have to be a strong personality like Harbaugh was. But no, you're right. Most of them I don't think could do it. But he would have to be a mean cuss. Like now, I don't know Kubiak or Mentor's personality. I haven't really watched them like that. But they would have to be. If they're a rookie head coach, they would have to come in guns blazing on fire. They couldn't be a.
Personality.
We see who Ed want because he keeps saying the same name over and over.
Right. I wonder if they're interviewing these guys with the possibility of hiring them as coordinators, or if they're just strictly, you know what I mean? Like if they're in the interview saying, "Would you be willing to be?" You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
No, I'm just gonna say, if they're throwing that in, would you be willing? Because I've been on, our little interviews like that. You go for a position and they throw another one. I've been on both sides of that, where somebody throws a different one at me that, aside from what I came for, and then I've interviewed a guy where we offered him something that he ain't come for. So I wonder if they're doing that. Would you be willing to accept OC? Because if somebody like Flores is willing to take the DC, oh my goodness.
He won't. He's not going to take a lateral. My gut is that they're going to end up. I know you don't like it, Ed, but my gut is they're going to end up with somebody who has not been the head coach before. That's just my gut feeling.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think Percy might be right. You know what? You know why I think Percy might be right about that is because Bishotti, like Mill say, is looking for longevity, and you're going to get that more so with a new guy. I think a guy that has already been bouncing around. I think he's going to continue to do that. Who said it? That Flores.
He's been with several teams the past 7 years.
Yeah.
He's been with 4 teams the past 7 years. He has a large, huge attitude and personality. He can be a coordinator. But nephew, like you said,
he sued the NFL, and he's still in the NFL. That man, that man's something else. He's something else.
He wouldn't be with 4 teams in 7 years if he was white. I guarantee you.
All right.
He sound like me. He sound like me. Listen.
You might have to edit this.
Oh, I am definitely not editing it. Look, one thing about this whole thing, the end of the season press conferences. Did you guys? I've never really had a chance to listen to Roquan speak. Did y'all hear his end of season press conference?
I did. I refuse to listen to it.
Actually, I think you should, nephew.
They said it was very articulate and well thought out, but I just...
Well, it was, but the thing is, I think what happens is, when your star defensive player, we know how to read between the lines. And what I basically think Roquan was saying, it was I didn't know he spoke that well, number one. I like that. I like that. Number one, it was very well spoken. It wasn't necessarily negative toward Harbaugh. He found a way to leave Harbaugh with his dignity and just basically say, we weren't buttoned up enough. This player, we need to understand, even me, that if I mess up, there are consequences. There has to be accountability. I'm the number one accountability guy on defense. It begins and ends with me. He talked about himself first. So he's self-deprecating. That's another sign of intelligence. He didn't just go straight to, we didn't do this, we didn't do that. He said, I need to be accountable. Number one. Number two, I'm reading between the lines, I'm self-phrasing. We weren't buttoned up enough. Y'all, for the second year in a row, the bottom third in penalties. He's just naming all these things that he just wants fixed without calling out Harbaugh. He's calling out Harbaugh. He left him with his dignity. I have a newfound respect for Roquan Smith, man. Because I know I've been hearing from y'all three.
I mean, where was all this 2 years ago?
I'm going to be
an issue. That's a coach.
You know, the coach can only do but so much. The players lead, and he on the field. Now he want to be all poetic and beautiful.
Yeah, but discipline is a coach. Discipline is a coaching issue. That's a coaching issue.
He always looks a step or two behind. Like he don't. Like, bro, and the one time Ray came and sat with him, all of a sudden he has a great game. So I'm like, bro, you know
what, Percy? I'm gonna be honest with you. When a defensive player is doing more thinking than reacting, that's what you get. I think Ed, you told me this early this year, how you think Roquan has lost it or on the way. I don't think so. I don't agree with that.
Well,
I think
it wasn't me. I said he's not the same player he was.
Well,
he's older. He's older.
His first year with us. He's not. I'm like, what happened between that first year and the next subsequent year?
You age fast in the NFL, fellas. You age fast, but Roquan is not Bill Romanowski.
No.
He hasn't turned into that.
Emil, listen to me for a second.
Mm-hmm.
The player that he was in Chicago, he's not that anymore. Now,
okay.
he's still excellent.
Mm-hmm.
We still see flashes. But the player he was in Chicago, I wish we would have drafted him. Because that player doesn't exist anymore. And it's the same thing I was saying about TJ. That player that I feared a few years ago, TJ, that player don't exist anymore. Now, does he still?
I got you.
Of course, he made one the other night. But
Right.
that play,
Yeah, he's still very good. He's still very good, but he's
I
not.
think he's
He has the
spending too much.
highest contracts on the team. That's the problem. You know?
Well, hopefully they renegotiate. Hopefully they renegotiate. You know, I think they're gonna do that with Marlon. They better do it with Marlon. You know how much I love Marlon, but he's a shell of Marlon. You know how I was singing Marlon's praises to me over the past 7 years, but he's not. I'm
That's my son. Marlon, my son.
I'm realistic though. He's not. His contract doesn't match his performance anymore. It's not even close. It's not even close. So you got to read it.
It is. They might release him, so if they
Yeah,
can't.
yeah, and maybe try to re-sign him. You know, if nobody else picks him up. So same thing. They did that with Jimmy Smith.
if they release him,
Yeah, he said he's not sure if he's gonna be here.
Nah,
He said,
I like Marlon, but we don't want him. We don't need him. We don't need him, man. Don't do that.
I like him too, but he lost that, man.
Y'all didn't
I would-
have to win. Y'all, the entire Ravens defense y'all be taking.
Get out of here with that.
yeah.
No, but
Hey,
Marlon,
let me real quick, y'all. I come on here and bash. I come on here and tell the truth, negative and positive about Lamar. So if I'm gonna tell the truth about negative, then let me tell the positive, man. I've been saying for years how when the chips are down and he's on the road in Pittsburgh on the playoffs where he looks depressed and he folds. That ain't happened the other night. I was like, who in the world is this? When y'all remember I texted y'all and I was like, he only got 43 pass yards. It was like the middle of the third quarter. I was like, here we go again. This is what I thought was going to happen. I thought he was going to start pouting, sitting on the sideline by himself, looking like somebody stole his bike, about to cry. Go out there, throw an interception, fumble again. Y'all beat us by like 2 touchdowns, right? This man standing on the sideline with fire in his face and eyes, scream. I don't know who was screaming at. He wasn't facing his team. He was facing the field. And he was yelling and looking off. I was like, what is this? Then he proceeded to go out, straight down the field, bam, hits a touchdown. Then Hall of Famer Aaron Rodgers, you battling him, come back, bang, touchdown. I'm like, uh-oh, he going forward. Here you go, he going forward. Nope, right back. Bang! I was like, what in the world? In Pittsburgh, 20-something degree weather. I said, this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about, man. Have some you-know-whats and go out there and do your thing. Now, so you win some, you lose some. You can't control that all the time. You kick and miss up, somebody, drops a pass, that kind of stuff happens. But that performance, even though he lost, I'm more proud of that performance than his playoff wins. Even though he lost, because of how his attitude, man, how he played.
sometimes you can get a loss.
With Harbaugh leaving might be a turning point for him from a leadership standpoint. Might be.
I've always, in the past several years, been a little more lenient because my team, we don't have our guy. And you know what I mean by that. So when teams have a franchise quarterback and they're like, we don't like him, we need to get rid of him, my perspective is, I think you need to calm down. Because you can do what we've been doing and do one of two things. Not make the playoffs and get bumped every year in the first one and done. So you can do that if you want. No, and when that's the alternative, you know what they say? No, we don't want to do that. Okay, then be quiet. I did a little bit of research, and this is on behalf of Lamar Jackson. There's one quarterback in the past 5 years that has more turnovers than anybody. He has
Somebody.
That's mine. I'm listening to Nessa Aparicio on his. Look at Nessa right here. Oh, going the wrong way.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Yes.
Yeah, that's in my bag.
15 seconds.
So, look, hey, you're not a fan, and that's the.
I don't even want to,
I got you. Well, we're not gonna get into that.
I like it. He hung up on me one day, but I still like it.
Oh, that's so cool. He about his Baltimore sports. There's one quarterback in the NFL that leads all quarterbacks in turnovers with 84. I'm gonna give each of you guys 2 guesses to get him.
He's playing right now? He's playing now?
Yeah, he's retired. And I'm including this year. So for 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25, I'm including this year. This is updated stat. The most turnovers of every quarterback in the NFL last 5 years.
Is it Josh Allen?
Who said that?
Is it Josh? Me.
All right, Shaw, what's your guess?
Let somebody else go. I'm trying to think.
Nephew?
What was it again? I'm not
Who leads the NFL in turnovers for quarterbacks the last 5 years?
currently playing.
Currently playing, not retired, currently playing.
Oh, now retired.
No.
No, he's not
Really
retired.
playing.
And I'm including this year. It's updated stats from 21 to 25, more turnovers than anybody.
Somebody we wouldn't expect.
I'm not sure because I don't know who you expect.
Man.
I should have sent y'all that through the group text and let you think about it without doing research.
If it's not Josh Allen, like Ed said, I said Justin Herbert. It would be maybe.
He's up there.
That's on.
And Matt Stafford is up there because he throws some picks too. But Ed, you got it on the first go. Very good. It's Josh Allen.
What's Josh?
Okay.
Josh Allen.
That was back when Josh playing that hero ball.
But Josh been in the league long. Well, I ain't talking about his rookie year, his first 3 years.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about him being a veteran from 21 to 25. He's turned the ball over 84 times. And the Bills.
He was pretty good. Not turning the
Yeah.
ball over.
When you finish, Mill, I want to comment on that.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
but at 84 turnovers,
I know where this going. Good Lord.
the number 2 quarterback is way less than that. He's leading in turnovers the last 5 years, which is a really good litmus test. He's blowing number 2 out, and the Bills fans love him.
Yeah.
They absolutely love the leader in turnovers, and he's making as many deep runs as Lamar, and Mahomes has eliminated him the same way he's eliminated Lamar. We all know the history of the Chiefs the past 7-8 years. Mahomes has sent both of them home. He can beat Mahomes in the regular season, but he can't beat him in the playoffs. So he's not going to the Super Bowl. He's not winning it. He's losing in divisional and AFC championship games and turns the ball over like crazy. Why do the Bills fans love him?
Okay. I'm glad you brought this up.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Josh Allen is their franchise. Okay. He's literally carrying them.
He is.
They don't have any receivers. Their defense is okay. Their coach
Right.
is terrible. You think people here wanted Harbaugh gone. You talk about
Right.
in Buffalo. The only thing he has is an excellent running back. That's all. Now let me just say this to you, Mill, about the turnover. Sometimes
Okay.
you have to take chances. Sometimes you have to take some chances in order to make plays. Sometimes you don't want to be reckless, but how can I put this? If Josh Allen tried to play like, all right, you see how Jalen Hurts makes sure he takes care of the football and doesn't take any chances because I know I got this squad around me. Josh Allen does not have that luxury.
He doesn't have the Philly defense.
We
Right.
can't even name his receivers.
Right.
Who are they?
Me, I'm one.
His tight ends, Dawson Knox and Dalton Kincaid. Oh, come on now. So he is literally, you can't ask him to be a caretaker. He's the one look, they was down 21-0 a few weeks ago to the Patriots. There's only one reason they came back and won that game, and that's because of
Josh Allen. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I'm proud of Ed. I thought he was going to go a way different direction with that. I thought he was going to go. You know where I thought he was going with that one. But anyway, so I think I'm not sure the fans think as deep as Ed is thinking with this. Ed's right, first of all, but I don't think your average fan in Buffalo thinks that deep or even knows that much about football to even know that. So I think Ray Lewis said something. He copied it from Gladiator movie from 2000. He said something about winning the crowd. That's very accurate. Josh Allen does that. He wins that Buffalo crowd. That has to do with attitude, your interaction with the fans, how you talk about the fans in the media.
He's a good interview.
Right.
Yeah. He's a great interview.
And if you're not going to say something positive, definitely don't say anything negative, or definitely don't act negative to the fans. Because Flacco, when he was here, he didn't act all positive and slapping hands with the fans. But he never said anything bad, never acted funky with them. Lamar has a habit of that. His emotions get the best of him. He shows his emotion. People have. First of all, the young man needs to stay off of social media because people go on social media and they say all type of terrible things about him. I see it. I'm not even on social media, but I see the little things they put up on the website about what they say about him. They say terrible things. He responds. I'm like, don't do that. Just ignore it. There's probably some idiot living in his mother basement, typing whatever, and you gonna respond, man. A man said something to him about the man didn't even say it. This was a few years back when he was going through his contract negotiation, and the man didn't say anything bad. He just said this is what he said. He typed something to the effect of they should trade Lamar and use those firsts to build a team, something like that. Lamar, I can't even say what he typed. Y'all probably already know. It was the most vulgar thing. It's the most vulgar thing I've ever seen a player type or say to a fan. And I say some stuff. I'm like, man, don't stoop to their level. So somebody like Josh Allen, to his credit, knows how to insulate himself. I'm sure people said terrible things to him, but he knows how to insulate himself. Because fans don't forget that. They don't forget that type of stuff. So there's a definite disconnect. Lamar does things with the kids, and he's great about that, but there's a disconnect between your average Ravens fan and the QB1. It's a definite disconnect. And that matters. So with somebody like Josh has, they're going to give him so much rope to hang himself. Because they like him. They like him.
And they like him, and Josh shuts up, too. Josh shuts up more than Lamar. He's more submissive. He's quieter.
You know who learned? You're right, Neil. You know who learned that? Lamar hasn't learned that lesson yet. He should. You know who's learned that lesson already, and he's way younger than Lamar. Kyle Hamilton. It happened with Kyle earlier this year or last year. Y'all remember he came out? He said something like, "Ravens fans spoiled." He said they spoiled. I was like, bro, you shouldn't. Come on now. Don't say that. And he's right. But it don't matter if you. He's right. I say it, Bill. He's right. I'm spoiled because I don't know what. I'm still looking for my safety to get my starting free safety to get like 10 picks a year. I'm crazy spoiled. But you can't say it, man. So he came out in the press conference unprovoked. Nobody even asked him about it. He came out. They asked him about the game. So before he started talking about the game, he was like, first of all, let me say something. He was like, let me apologize for what I said about the Ravens fan. Nobody asked him about it. He learned that. That's playing the game. You got to know how to play the game a little bit, you know.
Somebody told Kyle Hamilton about 6 years ago. I don't remember who that
was. You did. That's when you watch college like a maniac. You watch college like a maniac. That's why.
Somebody just...
I don't know nothing about Notre Dame.
Well, I do.
I know.
When I saw Kyle Hamilton play his freshman year at Notre Dame, I know we still had our group chat or group text, but I'm like, Harbaugh would love him. I saw him play one season, not even a full season. I said, that's a Raven. First freshman year.
Now, Neil, you've been mentioning Ohio State's defense. They got a boy, Caleb Downs. I'm hearing the scouts say, imagine Kyle Hamilton, but can run fast. That's what he is. That's what I heard a scout say.
Caleb Downs is a combination of... Caleb Downs isn't just the best cornerback in college football today.
He's safe.
No, Caleb a corner. He's corner. No, he's corner. Positive. Absolutely positive. He's a corner. Yeah. I don't think he's just the best cornerback this year. I think he's the best corner in college football the last 3 years. And he wasn't even playing 3 years ago. I'm including 23, 24, and 25. I don't care that they didn't score points. He wasn't playing the offense, and they lost. Whoever they lost to. Ole Miss, I think, or whoever. But Caleb Downs, Caleb Downs is straight up legit. He's the perfect corner for today's game where you need, not like my boy Joey Porter Jr., who I really like and he's doing really well, but and his penalties he got, he's not as bad, but that was what his knock was. Caleb's not like, he's the perfect cornerback, technically sound. He's not going to get a lot of holding calls or illegal contact. I watch him play against some of the top competition, which is all you can do in college, when you play Alabama, Georgia, Indiana, Michigan State, Penn State, and he's just, who's their number one receiver? I hate to toot my own horn, but when we played against the other person, like, who's their best receiver? Where is he? Oh, yeah, he's mine. Get out my way. That's Caleb. He's tall, athletic, lengthy, smart, technically sound. We're going to go in the top 5. A quarterback is going to get drafted in the top 5 this year. And he's going to instantly make somebody's secondary room, maybe not defense, he's going to instantly make somebody's secondary room better. Instantly. The boy is legit. Whatever scout you were listening to is 100% right about Caleb Dale. They got a middle linebacker named Arvell Reese. He on and off the ball. This boy from middle linebacker, I don't know if he has the, I hate to say it like this, the aptitude to be a green dot. I don't know if you could put the headset on him, but he's a reacting guard. He is strong, big, he's fast. Ohio State got like 5 first-rounders on that defense. They do. They just do. Downs, Reese, the outside linebacker, they got a safety that's going in the first round, a defensive lineman that's going in the first round. They stacked every year. It's ridiculous. Yeah. So yeah. Great shot.
Before we move on, what you think about the Texans Steelers game? What's your thoughts on that?
Front row.
Well, I think we see his thoughts.
Woo! Here we go. They out of here.
I don't even know why you asked.
Fandom. All right. Fandom.
I do want to see that defense and
Fandom aside. Oh, I'm sorry, Chris.
Go ahead.
I said I want to see what their defense does to Aaron Rodgers.
Now, what was that you asked me?
All right, if you could settle that, fandom aside.
Okay.
All right, strategically. All right, what you think gonna happen?
Oh boy, let me get my heart rate back down. Okay. Houston, let me say Arizona. Houston's front four is up there with Seattle.
Yeah.
Those boys and Philly, I think they got the best front defensive lines. Philly, Houston, and Seattle. They just don't allow nothing. They don't give an inch. I remember watching, not Daniil Hunter, who's on the left, with Daniil Hunter and Will Anderson switch sides. Yeah, they switch sides, so you be like, oh, well, I'm good over here. It don't matter. They switch, so it does. One plays left, other plays right. They switch. I remember watching Will Anderson when he was at Georgia. You know how sometimes you'll see a college player and they call him a man amongst boys. I can name a few. When I first seen John Elway throw a football at Stanford, man amongst boys. First time, Ed, I know you were never a fan of him, but Peyton Manning was a man amongst boys.
I heard that.
Reggie Bush for USC, running through defenses like he playing against a high school team. No, you're playing against like the Reggie Bush was a man amongst boys. Detroit drafted a safety out of Alabama named Brian Branch, who's lost for the year. He hurt, but when Brian Branch was in college and he hit you, it was like it didn't sound like a college safety hit you. It sounded like Ronnie Lott hit you. He was a man amongst boys. Ohio State used to have a wide receiver named Ted Ginn. When I saw him run, he reminded me of Marcus Allen. Now, his career didn't work out. I'm just talking about college. When I saw Will Anderson play defensive end at Georgia, I've seen offenses, they call it a chip now, when a rush end will come after the quarterback and a tackle is assigned to him and the running back will take his shoulder and plow on his rib. They didn't do that with Will Anderson. I've seen them devote a tackle, a guard, and a running back or tight end to shut him down. 3 men. Will Anderson was a man amongst boys at Georgia. And to see the way he's doing now doesn't surprise me. It does surprise me. It don't. That defensive line is ridiculous.
I've always liked to know Hunter with Minnesota when he looks like an X-Man, like a comic character.
Right.
You know, when he was with Minnesota, he looked like superhuman. And him and Will Anderson, they're equally good at the pass rush as they are at stopping the run. They're equally good at both. They're like duplicates of each other. Will Anderson is just younger.
They are.
But yeah, that's going to be a task, man. That's going to be a task. Because they do not ever have to blitz. They never have to blitz.
No.
They don't. Yeah. So that's going to be something.
You're asking for trouble. We already talked about this. You blitz Aaron Rodgers. Look, it's your funeral. How do you want to dress? What kind of tuxedo do you want to wear? You blitz him, you are asking for trouble. You have 4 guys. You have what a lot of teams want. 4 guys that will consistently get in his face. And Aaron is not going to like it when nobody's open and he's constantly under pressure. Nobody's open and I'm constantly under pressure. What am I supposed to do?
I hear you.
Running around
they
one of the 7 guys, one of the 7 guys, to what Percy is saying, one of the 7 guys back there is Derek Stingley. So you're going to have a problem.
Well, do you think Derek Stingley is a good cornerback? Because there's another cornerback out there that's pretty highly rated who's just a step right. Derek Stingley is 3rd in the NFL in rating. There's one that's 4th. And guess who it is? Joey. So I know you've been on Stingley a lot. I gotta acknowledge Joey because I'm just giving you the data. You can go and check me if you want. But if you acknowledging Stingley at 3, I gotta acknowledge Joey at 4.
Hey,
he's doing.
What's that, pro? Is that pro football? What are you talking about, pro football?
Your problem.
Well, I don't like Pro Football Focus. Pro Football Focus still doesn't. They still say and do a lot of goofy things to me. Pro Football Focus, I want the pure raw data. NFL Next Gen is just data.
Okay.
They just giving you like there are 7 or 8 categories for edge rusher to determine who's the best. There are about 8 or 9 categories for cornerback to determine who's the best. This is what they do. What's up, Ed?
No, I was going to ask you who was number 1.
Pat Surtain.
That's who I
would. Oh yeah.
I would take
on every metric.
Stingley second. He would be my, obviously Surtain would be my first choice, but my second choice. And Meal, I go by the eye test. And when I watch Derek,
the eye test is fun.
Yeah,
you can't.
When I watch Derek Stingley, I see him shut down Mike Evans. I see him shut down. Just like you just said. Oh, who you want me shut down? Who you want me locked down today? All right, no problem. And these are the best receivers on planet Earth. It's no problem. I better not see anybody help me with this guy. Watch me lock him down.
Yeah, there are. Look, I love Stingley. No question. I think LSU. They call LSU DBU, Defensive Back University. They all come out of there. There are like 8 categories for cornerback. And some of those, just to give you a glimpse of how they determine it, I know Stingley gets way more interceptions than Joey because Joey has terrible hands, which means he also gets return yards. So those are 2 categories that he beats Joey in because Joey just doesn't get interceptions. They got pass deflections, things like what is the quarterback rating when the quarterback throws to the receiver that you're sticking. That's another one. What is the completion percentage against the wide receiver you're sticking when a quarterback throws to that receiver? That's another one. So it's quarterback rating against, completion percentage against, pass deflections, interceptions, return yards, fumble recoveries, forced fumbles, and I think it's like 1 or 2 more. Stingley got him in 3. Joey's leading in 3. And so it's I know when you look at that, I'm just giving you the data. What you see, I know you talked about him shutting down Mike Evans. That's a legit shutdown because Joey doesn't shut anybody down.
Right.
Yeah, that's fine. None of them are Deion or Rod Woodson. Like, when I see Houston secondary, they're not the 85 Bears, gentlemen. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. They're good, but that secondary goes on what the front four does.
No, but I'm just talking about Stingley right now. I'm just
Okay.
Like
Right.
for example,
No, I don't think you like the fact that Joey is highly rated with Stingley. I think that bothers you a little.
You know what I think about Joey? He's a good player, but he's, like you say, he's handsy. And I think he gets away with a lot of penalties that the refs don't call. I'm seeing what should be a penalty, and it doesn't get called. And you know what, guys like Joey, it reminds me of the Pistons back in the day, the bad boys. They would commit a million fouls, knowing that the referee is not going to blow the whistle every single time. You know what I'm saying? So that being said, there's two other corners. A boy for Atlanta, Terrell, AJ Terrell. I would take him personally. This is just my opinion. I would take him over Joey based on what I've seen from both of them. The boy from Chicago, Jalen Johnson.
Oh yeah, Jalen Johnson. His name Jalen Johnson. He's an NFL in interceptions. Yeah.
I would take him over Joey. Those just, now, I'm not even thinking about anybody else. I think Sauce is a little overrated. We've got a boy.
Well, he's hurt. I like Sauce. I like Sauce. He's hurt.
A little overrated. We've got a boy who's not quite as great as he thinks he is. Nate. Nate is good. He's not as good as he thinks he is. You understand?
Okay.
All right.
I got you.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay. That's fair. I ain't got no smoke with that.
It's kind of, to me, well, he'll get his chance Monday night.
He will. And you know another thing, a trigger about this game, I'm listening to Matt Williamson, who has this podcast called The Scout Side. He used to be a scout for the Cleveland Browns. Now he works for the Steelers organization or some newspaper. And he actually used to be an NFL scout. I love listening to this guy because he knows how to remove the emotion from stuff and just give you the data and let you draw your own opinion. He said, this is what the ranking is. This is what it is. Now go. Think what you want. It doesn't matter, right? And he said something I disagree with. He said he's tired of hearing fans from the four teams in the AFC North talking about how big, strong, and tough, how tough you got to be come out of the AFC North. He said, look at the division this year. And I didn't have really a kickback to that, because I thought the Steelers would go a game better than what they are, and that would be a wild card. I didn't know y'all were going to do this year. I penciled y'all in for the division. He said 10-7 won the division. Ravens were 9-8, and Cincy and Cleveland did what they were supposed to do. Here's my kickback to why I think we're going to beat Houston. Because we just played Lamar and Derrick Henry. That's why. See, the AFC North isn't about wins and losses. We play outside. NRG is a dome. He gets to play 9 home games in climate control. Well, it's going to be 18 degrees in Pittsburgh Monday night. That's what.
That's your one advantage.
C.J. Stroud, yards per play is 2 yards less outside. He's a different quarterback outside. And as good as the Houston Texans defensive line is, you know there's a defensive line that's not too far behind them. I don't know if y'all been paying attention. We're pretty good on the defensive front too. And C.J. Stroud doesn't run like Lamar. He is the third least sacked quarterback.
He can run, though. He can run.
C.J. Stroud can move a little. But we just faced Lamar.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, whether he can move, we can discuss his mobility after we beat him Monday. However, we just, in other words, I don't know who Houston faced in that last game, but you just beat your division rival in a tough-fought game with huge high emotion and locked up Derrick Henry only in the second half. Now we going to Willie Marks He's their number one back. They barely have 1,000 yards together. Willie is at 7. The backup is Nick Chubb. Minka broke his leg 2 years ago. He done. So they're gonna throw it 50 times in 20 degrees with RD. You know Houston's offensive line is not nearly as good as ours. I know their defensive line. I'm acknowledge it. I think they top 3. I say who the other 2 were. Their offensive line is not great at all. And I think we're going to expose
And they're back in the league ranking wise. So they're in the 20s.
As much as it pains me to say, I picked almost every Steeler game correct this year, which is crazy because I've been wrong about the Ravens left and right. I picked the Steelers better than you, Mill, this year. It's crazy.
You have.
It's crazy. So if I had to bet money, I would put it on Pitt. And there's this week I would. And it has mostly to do. They're a different team in that freaking stadium, man. The road Steelers and home Steelers. That might be the biggest contrast in the league I've seen this year.
Another issue, Sean.
Now I think it's going to be crazy close. I think it's going to be a crazy close game. So it could go either way. I don't think it's going to be one of these where you know who's going to win 5 minutes before the game over. Either way, I think it's going to be crazy close. But I think Pitt is going to win. And the main two reasons. It's in Pitt, and to beat the Steelers, you got to run, man. You got to be able to run. The Texans, they can't. They thought they were getting something. They thought they were getting something with Chubb, but he's done, man. Chubb is done. I like Chubb, but he's done. Willie Marks is a young, nice back, but he's not going to be able to consistently, I don't believe, pound him and keep the Steelers' offense off the field.
The line isn't good enough for that.
Right now, I think that they're gonna get after Aaron. The Steelers might only score 10.
No,
I don't believe I don't believe the Texans are gonna be able to score either. Man. I think it's gonna be very close. But if I had to bet my mortgage payment, as I always say, for every pick, I feel more comfortable putting. Now, if they win Saturday, whatever next game is going to be an annihilation. If they have to play Buffalo. If they got to go to Denver or something crazy, forget about it. But this particular week, I picked Pitt.
This game is going to go. Well, first of all, let me say this. If Pittsburgh wins Monday night, then you give the game ball to their offensive line. You give the game ball to the entire offensive line. I see this game going similar to when y'all played Buffalo, man. Buffalo, if I'm not mistaken, Buffalo didn't blitz y'all up. And they did a good job of jamming your receivers, keeping everything up close, and those 4 guys getting to Rodgers. And Rodgers, he's had some games this year where he had happy feet. That game was the worst. He absolutely could see it coming. It was like, this is crazy. I'm under pressure, and nobody's open. See, these quarterbacks in the NFL, you got to have one or the other. Kurt Warner didn't have a problem taking hits. Go ahead, blitz him. Because this is about to be a 50-yard touchdown. So I'll take it for my team. But when you are under pressure and nobody is open, then what is a quarterback supposed to do? And that's what I think is going to happen Monday night.
Apparently you like the Texans. That's fair. The Texans are not the only good defensive line the Steelers faced this year, by the way. They're not. We faced a couple. And every single room has a way to either be offensive or defensive against it. Like, when, who was it? I can't remember the game. It was a game we lost, but they played well against this good defensive line. I can't remember. When we played against Myles Garrett 2 weeks ago, who's just one good.
Didn't y'all play Seattle this year?
We played Seattle. We lost to Seattle. But
the Colts? No, y'all beat the Colts.
We beat the Colts. We lost to Seattle like in the second game of the year.
Early. Yeah, it was early.
It was early, and they got us by 2 scores. It was competitive most of the way through, and then one kickoff return. It was some special teams blunder. But they beat us. It doesn't matter. But What was my original point? Oh, like when we played against Myles Garrett 2 weeks ago. Now, their whole line isn't good. It's just Myles Garrett. How do you, when you're the Ravens or the Steelers or you're anybody, when you have a dominant edge rusher or dominant defensive lineman, how do you defend him? Or I won't say defend. He is the defense. How do you attack him?
You run at him. Run at him.
You run the ball.
Yeah, at him. Right at him.
Now, I'm trying to tell you, we ran the ball against some pretty good defensive lines this year. I'm just giving you the data. We ran the ball against some pretty good defensive lines. And
including us.
we're one in the NFL in getting rid of the ball. Take a wild guess.
Yeah, it's
Aaron
really
Rodgers. He's getting rid of the ball in less than 2.5 seconds. For 17 games, that's an incredible litmus test. The Houston Texans are third, and C.J. Stroud getting sacked the least. Stroud gets rid of the ball. Rodgers is like fifth. He's right behind him. These boys don't take sacks. So I hear what you're saying about the defensive line. Stingley is great. He's all pro. I don't know who that other guy is. And be honest with you, I hate to say it like this. Remember when y'all were dominant in 2001 when y'all beat the Giants in that Super Bowl? And everybody thought that the Ravens secondary was top notch, and then y'all lost Saragusa and Adams, and then those secondary guys had to stick with the receivers a little longer. The next 2 years, they started getting exposed. Adams, Saragusa, Michael McCray, and Harbaugh weren't there anymore. Now you got to stick with them 2 more seconds.
Rob Burnett, yeah, Rob Burnett.
Yeah, that's what I think. Right, they're great because the front four of Houston is great. Except Stingley can run with anybody for 5 seconds. No, he's that dude.
Yeah.
But that safety and the other cornerback is not. They okay. In other words, Stingley's better in the secondary for both teams. But it's just him. If you take both teams, it's Stingley, then Joey. Their number 2 cornerback is not better than Joey. He's not. I've seen the data. So their front four, we can attack them. And we will attack them. They're not going to, this won't be a 17-3 game. Not to mention, Aaron Rodgers is number 1 in the NFL in getting the ball out of his hand. He's getting it out quicker than Burrow. He's getting it out quicker than Lamar, Josh, Stafford, Goff, who's not even in the playoff. All these other quarterbacks who are known for getting the ball out, he's number 1.
Lamar hold the ball 20 seconds. Ain't nobody getting outside. Yeah.
But
Lamar back there breakdance.
Go ahead, talk to me.
You know what? Aaron Rodgers really wants to burn some of these teams. Everybody knows Pittsburgh wants to get rid of the ball quickly. So when we played y'all the first time, what did Aaron Rodgers do? Right over the top to defense.
Yeah, right.
What I'm saying is, Monday night, he's not going to have time to do it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
You say he's going to hold on to it? You say he's going to hold on to it too long?
Well,
To make a big play, he's going to hold on to it?
Aaron Rodgers would love to burn some of these teams who are determined to take away all the short stuff. He would love to burn them, but he's not. He's just
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers is going to say, "Wait a minute, against the Ravens, I had all this time. I had all day. I'm 42 years old. I dropped back 47 times, and they sacked me 1 time. That's not going to happen Monday night. If he dropped back 47 times, and first of all, is Pittsburgh going to be able to successfully run the ball against Houston? We'll see. And if they can't,
I don't know.
then if Aaron Rodgers has to drop back even 37 times against that, he is in for a long night. I'm telling you that.
That's fair.
Yeah, I see an old school game, man. I see 17-10, 17-13, 14-10. I see something like that. I don't think anybody's going over 17. I'll put it like that. I think both. I don't think either team is really going to be able to run that effectively, but I don't think they're going to give up on it. I think they're going to keep pound 3 yards in a cloud of dust, baby. It's going to be cold as crap. Tomlin's old school, and the boy that coached the Texans, even though he's young, he has an old school mentality. He defensive.
Oh, I love D'Amico Ryans. Ooh,
So they're gonna run that rock. They're gonna run that rock. They're gonna try to kill each other. It's gonna be helmets flying, and it's gonna be a tough game, tough, cold. My type of game. I think it's gonna be low scoring. Low scoring by today's standards. Because 17, 13, 20 years ago, that's normal. But
So look,
yeah, low scoring by today's
quick,
17,
can
13,
we
something like
get
that.
Before we close out, can we get into some of the other games? I just happen to notice this one real quick. I noticed that most of the teams who I want to win this weekend, unfortunately, I think they're going to lose. Like, for example, I want Green Bay to beat Chicago. I think Chicago going to get them. I'm pulling hard for the Chargers. I think the Patriots are going to beat them. I'm pulling for who else? I'm pulling for somebody else. Oh, I'm pulling for Jacksonville. But I'm so worried about Josh Allen. So
I think the Patriots. I think the Patriots gonna blow out the Chargers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Pats. I think the Pats will blow out the Chargers. I'm just looking at the playoff team. I think the Pats gonna blow out the Chargers. I think the Steelers gonna squeak by the Texans, and I think we see Buffalo, and so the Jaguars are home.
Finally, my little brother is speaking something I agree with. It's about time he came on board. I just love it. No, but look,
I'm trying to look at it. I'll take Buffalo. I take Buffalo. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Buffalo gonna beat Jacksonville. They're gonna beat Jacksonville.
Yeah.
And Buffalo's run defense is awful, by the way.
How healthy is Green Bay? Is Love back? I haven't heard.
yeah, he playing.
Listen, one other thing.
He playing.
This extra day on Monday night favors the Steelers, by the way, because we're older. Tomlin at home on Monday night. I'm not gonna say the record. We'll touch on it. Me and Jackie are moving next Thursday too, about 10, 12 minutes from here. I'm going to try to get the podcast up. Do we have an alternate day, whether it's Wednesday, Friday, or Saturday, gentlemen? Because we're moving next Thursday.
Wednesday good for me.
That's not good for me.
Okay.
I can't do Friday.
Friday's out?
Yeah.
Thursday was the perfect day. The games are
Well,
on Saturday.
Jackie already is going to already have the internet service hooked up. So if I'm going to get my room set up. If we can't get a day, I'll run it Thursday. I just threw it out there because I know we're moving and sometimes boxes are everywhere. But I'm going to have internet service. I'll touch base and communicate with you guys on our group text and let y'all know what's going on. But yeah,
All right. What about the NFC? Oh, I'm sorry. What about the NFC game?
I just need to get. Go ahead, Charlotte. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, what about the NFC games? Who y'all got? We said the AFC.
Oh, Eagles, 49ers. The 49ers are banged up too much. I don't trust Philly's offense. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they are. They have no identity, and they got all these beasts up and down the line. Y'all frustrated watching Derrick Henry sit on the sidelines. They got Saquon and scored 13 points.
They gonna be in the Super Bowl.
He's not quite the Saquon of last year. Not quite. And their O-line is not grading quite as well as last year. Not quite.
I think the 49ers are going to stun them and get them out early.
Oh my Lord,
Not in Philly. Not in Philly, boss.
No way.
I don't
They're gonna be in the
trust.
Super Bowl.
Not in Philly.
The 49ers can't stop anybody on offense, but they can score. Have you watched them?
They won't Sunday.
Yeah, they can score.
They won't Sunday. Look, Mill, this one thing to
Different
watch
animal,
out for.
man.
They were showing Brock Purdy's numbers whenever he has to play against a top-notch defense.
Right.
Whenever he has to play against a top-notch defense over the last, what's he been in the league, 3 years now? Something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
It's not good.
Not good?
Yeah,
Okay.
the Ravens killed him. The Ravens killed him.
This goes back to why you keep saying we shouldn't even be thinking about trading Lamar. Because the dynamic quarterbacks, sometimes you need them to beat an elite defense. You just need Mahomes, Josh Burrow, Aaron Rodgers used to do it in his younger days. Um, Brock can't do it. He can't do it.
Hey, are you
Eagles, Rams, Eagles. Oh, I was just saying, Eagles, Rams, Bears. That's my picks. There you go. Eagles, Rams, Bears. That's it.
Eagles?
Yeah, what would you
Who the
do?
Rams?
Only one I'm iffy about is in Chicago because Green Bay
Yeah,
favored by
I'm
one.
not sure about that.
I think the Bears might get them, but everybody else, I'm riding with Vegas on that.
Who the Rams play?
Carolina.
The Panthers in Carolina.
Yeah,
Gotta
yeah.
buy.
In Carolina.
That one. That's another one. That's another one, y'all. I'm pulling for Bryce Young, but there's no one.
Man, stop it. They ain't got no chance against them.
Now, well, wait a minute. Wait a second.
It's gonna be over.
There's
Wait a
They're gonna have to run the ball. Yeah, they're gonna have to run the ball, keep it away from Stack.
They mad because Carolina beat them a few weeks ago. They
Yes, they did. And the Rams can be mad all they want. Matt Stafford leads the NFL in interceptions. Number one.
They 10.5-point favorites. Nothing.
And that is a Vegas had the Ravens favored in a lot of games this year. Nephew, that doesn't mean anything. Forget Vegas.
Don't use the Ravens as an example. They stink.
Well, don't use Vegas as an example. Vegas don't matter. They don't matter. I know
Vegas' accuracy is like 85%, man.
Mill, you would not even put $5 on Carolina this week.
I know you
Not
tripping.
even $5. Not even
got that cut.
$5.
Hey, y'all okay? Look, I know we picked the Texans and we on the NFC now, but I forgot to mention this one thing, Ed. This is specifically for you because I actually agree with you and not fully believing in the Steelers wide receiver room. But the fact that we beat BMO without DK, are you okay? That I was pretty impressed with that.
Houston's better than Baltimore, man. Stop it.
Yeah,
We didn't have DK. Our best receiver was Calvin Austin.
Well,
I
I'm
don't
gonna
care. Their
say
defense
this to
is
you.
light years above the Ravens,
Now
man. Come on,
remember,
bro.
Bill, I told before the game, I told you I was worried about that old wily, sneaky, experienced Aaron Rodgers. You know, Roethlisberger toward the end of his career used to do the same thing to us, even though his body was betraying him, but he still had it up here. So I was worried about that. Another thing too, I honestly think that game said more about the Ravens than
it did Pittsburgh.
Yeah. If you
Okay.
let
The Ravens got our coach.
that's why it's going to be such. That's why it's
got our
going to
what?
be such a
Our
party
coach.
shot for Aaron Rodgers this Monday. And that's why I also said, Neil, if y'all win, to me the MVP of the game is y'all offensive line because I don't see how they're going to hold up against this.
Well, you don't watch enough Steeler football to. I understand that comment. I don't think you watch enough Steeler football. I probably watch more Raven football than you watch Steeler football. Our offensive line, I'm giving you just the data, isn't just top third. You know, everything in the NFL is tiers. First tier, second tier, third tier. They're not just first tier. They're like top 7. They have really, really done a great job protecting Rodgers and running the ball against teams. Well, just period. I don't want to break it down and start itemizing. This team had good run defense, and we did this. This team did. Either you can run the ball or you can't. Now, if the question is whether the Steelers can run the ball or not, that's fine. That's a legit question. I'm saying definitively, Willie Marks is not running the ball against us because we just faced Derrick Henry and we held him to 16 yards in the second half. And then we got to go to Willie Marks. That's.
Let me ask you a question.
Right.
What did you say was the top 3 defensive fronts again? What 3 teams did you mention?
Seattle, Philly, and the Texans.
Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't play Philly this year. All right.
No.
Y'all did play Seattle and lost. And y'all
Mhm.
played Houston Monday night. So that's what I'm trying to say. Those are the 3. So I'm not sure what Pittsburgh did against other teams. Maybe some of them are mid or whatever. But the 3 teams that you mentioned, y'all played each other. Y'all didn't play the other one. And the third one y'all got to face Monday night.
Well, you know who we didn't face? We didn't face the Tennessee Titans twice, and we didn't face the Colts twice. I know people want to drag the AFC North for our division record, but nobody wants to go to Cleveland. Nobody wants to go to Cincinnati, and nobody wants to go to Baltimore. I still think, even in a down year, Steelers' competition they faced is better than what Houston's faced.
Yeah,
We played them.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? The Steelers are playing a second place schedule. You know what place schedule the Texans are facing? Third or fourth.
Yeah.
They've played a lot of cupcakes. So yes, we lost to Seattle. I think Houston. Yeah, and also they on a 9-game win streak, but they started out like 1-4. They have some holes. They have some holes. 0-3.
I think so.
I love D'Amico Ryans. This is in defense of D'Amico. You know, in that 9-game win streak, he didn't have C.J. Stroud for 3 games.
Yeah.
He had Davis Mills and went 3-0 with Davis Mills. I don't care if them 3 teams were the Titans, the Raiders, and the Arizona Cardinals. That's impressive. D'Amico Ryans is straight legit.
Some coach of the year type.
Yeah.
Oh, of course he's not going to get it.
Yeah, between him and Kyle Shanahan, that's my 2. Because Kyle Shanahan lost like 90% of his starters. I'm exaggerating, and they got like 11 wins, 12 wins. They lost more players than we did, and the Ravens lost a lot. And they got 12 wins. That is impressive, man. And he's done that several times, actually. He's done that several times where they lost.
As Ed would know, y'all know, but this year is his best job ever. I gotta acknowledge him.
Yeah, that's impressive, man.
For real.
Well,
he's an excellent.
And you mentioned the eye test. Listen, and Harbaugh in 18 years has 3 losing seasons. Shanahan in 9 has 4. Double-digit losing seasons. And I don't mean 7 and 10. He stuck the joint up worse than that. For some reason, I got a 49er fan down here. The reason I'm not going to ignore it, because he's labeled a genius. And when people label, and I'm talking about, if this is bigger than you, I'm talking about the national media, all right? This isn't just our little podcast. He's labeled a genius. Sean McVay's labeled a genius. D'Amico Ryans is not. So when you label a genius, I'm bringing you the heat. That's what it is, all right? He got
he's not top.
more losing seasons. Huh?
He's not top tier. He's not up there with the greatest one. He's not. No.
No way. He's not. His father was. And I think that's why people are patient with him, because of his father. He has the right last name. An 18-year coach just got fired who less lost than him, and he's coached twice as long. He just got fired.
And got a ring, by the way.
Hey, look.
And coach of the year.
Right?
Look, can we
got a coach of the year.
before we go down this road,
All right, okay.
y'all already, you and Sean already was about to get into it about the whole Andy Reid. And Mill, you asked if after this down season, should Andy Reid be on the hot seat? The 3 of us was looking at each other like.
Well,
So
I want to address that.
Before what? We definitely don't have time tonight. We will.
Well, we don't, but you said something that was very interesting. My only point in saying it, because I don't know if you remember when the Patriots were winning Super Bowls, I was critical of Bill Belichick when they were winning.
Yes, I remember.
Right, and y'all argued me down about that. So my thing is, nobody's free from criticism. Obviously, y'all don't think so.
Tomlin is.
Oh no, you don't know what you're talking about. See, now you. I've criticized Tomlin before.
Not to me.
All right, we gonna have to end it. We gonna have to save this for another. It's 8:30, gentlemen.
Well. First of all, nobody's free from criticism. I just want to make sure we're under. You don't have to agree with me, but nobody. When I say nobody, Ed, I mean literally nobody. If I can criticize Belichick when he's actually winning Super Bowls, and it turns out my criticism was correct, because what has he done since New England? He's not, all these firing, there's 7 terminations just happened in the NFL. Nobody sniffing and knocking at his door. I was correct. For 20 years I was right. I'm acknowledging it now, you don't have to. Brady was the stir that stirred that drink. I said that in 2004, 21 years ago. And you were like, oh, he's winning this and he's winning that. All I said was, essentially, when Tomlin had the better quarterback, I'm talking about Roethlisberger, over McNabb, Michael Vick, and Alex Smith, he beat Andy Reid more. When Andy Reid got Mahomes, he beat Tomlin more. And I said that to y'all, and y'all ripped into me. You ripped into me, and that's really how it started. I stated a fact. And the reason I stated it is because this is called a podcast. And on a podcast, you exchange ideas, whether you agree with them or not. That's what the purpose of this is. Obviously, when I ask a question about a team going 6-11, and you were 6-6 when your man busted in 6-7, I can talk about that, gentlemen, right? We don't have to agree. You talking about I don't criticize Tomlin? That's absolutely unequivocal untruth. I absolutely criticize him. Yeah, but nobody.
I don't know about them. I can't speak.
I've complained about his use of timeouts. I've complained about his lack of going for it on 4th down. I've complained about. I think before this year, he was too wrapped up into this old steal away of 3 yards and a pound of dust and punting from the opponent's 45-yard line instead of going for it on 4th and 2 and stuff like that. That's my biggest complaint from him.
Okay. All right, fair enough. So, like I said, let's not, that you want to talk about a can of worms. So we'll get into that another, like, when it's a slow news.
Okay.
A slow news. We're going to have some fun with that.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. All right. Well, I can't wait till Monday. We gonna get them boys, Ed. I know you.
Hey, one thing before y'all go. Thought about Harbaugh. The nail in the coffin for me was when this dude, when he found out that they had a chance to get in and play the Steelers Week 18. You know what he did? Did you see the video, Sean?
Had him over his house. Had him over his house.
Jumped in another man's arms and lifted his legs up.
Oh.
I said, that's it. Get this man out of my city, man.
What?
I ain't never seen a grown man do that, man. He ain't just jumping another grown man's arms. He put both legs up in the air. And the man was holding him. Dude was like, what are you doing? I'm like, yeah, that was it. I think Bashadi saw that too.
Are you serious?
I'm done.
Yeah, hello.
What was it?
Yeah.
Was it a player?
This little dude, man, get him out of my city, bro.
What is it? Was it another player? Is what I'm asking. What is?
Yeah, it was a player.
I don't think it was a player. It was a player? I don't know who.
I thought it was a player. Because he invited the players over his house to watch the game.
You a player or not? You don't jump in no grown man arms and put your legs up in the air.
No.
Hey, man.
That's it. That was it.
You definitely don't do that.
I tried to give him a chance, man.
He wouldn't have did that 15 years ago when he was whippersnapper fiery Harbaugh. I guarantee you that.
Not my head.
Yeah, he got a little different, man. Harbaugh got a little different, man. It was tough. I like our Harbaugh fan. I think he's one of the best coaches in the league. I think he's one of the best coaches in history. But it was time.
Sean, you said 2 podcasts ago he was the second best head coach in football, and he just got fired, little brother.
Yeah.
People want to make
That's another argument, man. He said in history.
People want to make it seem like getting fired is the electric chair, and it's not. Belichick's been fired twice. Andy Reid got fired from Philly. I don't want to hear getting fired is a part of life. Mark Cuban got fired. I guarantee you, Mark Cuban is 100 times more talented than the man that fired him that day. 100 times more talented. So getting fired.
And he got fired, but that doesn't change his ability to coach. It was time for him not to be coaching here. Every job is going to end, quit, fire, die, you know, whatever. And it was just time. It was time, man. Maybe he'll do like Andy Reid did, go somewhere else and do well, you know. But I don't know. It was time for him to go from here.
It was time. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
My coach jumping in nobody arms to legs. I was like, you get him out of
First,
here.
I ain't sitting. All right, Joe. I got.
You don't know what I want to say. I'm being very political.
Yeah, no, I know you've been politically correct. You've been very politically correct right now. I'm reading between the lines. I read in between those lines a long time ago. So, all right, Joe. I got it.
All right, fellas.
Yep.
All right, fellas, I appreciate this.
Neil, enjoy the game.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And next Thursday, I'm gonna make it happen anyway. Next Thursday, I'll get it set up. I like Indiana, man. I like Indiana. See y'all. All right.